Vince, have you done your homework yet?
Vince, have you studied for your government test yet?
Are you sure that thing is safe?
Isn't he adorable?
Supposed to be watching our neighbors' kids, not exposing them to wild animals.
It's a brain, and I think he's hungry.
Yeah? Hungry for what?
Hungry for knowledge. I've seen it happen. Too many reality shows and video games, brains practically starving to death. It just gets up and leaves.
Yeah, so, what do we feed it?
Civics. Government. A little American democracy should do the trick. Check it out. Your legislators are here to represent you. See? It's a citizen brain.
Citizen brain.
So what do you feed a citizen brain?
Brain food?
And where do we find that?
Well, right here.
What are you doing?
Letting it feed?
Here?
Yeah.
Time to feed the brain.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Let's start with the facts. There's almost 300 million people in this country. How do we allow every voice to be heard? Well, we can't fit them all in one building, see? It wouldn't look too pretty, and it would break the fire code. So we need representatives. Now, what these representatives do is they represent you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and they represent a whole lot of people, so that when an issue comes up, such as should we explore outer space, then you, and you, and you, and you don't have to go vote on an issue. Our representatives can do it for us. Now, this is also called a republic, which means that the ultimate supreme power of the country lies with the citizens, not with the king or queen. And it's the citizens that get to choose our representatives.
Another word for representative is legislator or lawmaker. Just like a pie maker makes pies and a plumber fixes plumbing, lawmakers make laws, and laws are like rules.
Rules.
Just like your family has rules about not throwing food and not picking on your little brother.
I'm not touching you.
Our society has rules too. Laws can be anything, like whether you have to wear a bike helmet or how much you pay in taxes.
So, who are these guys?
Well, you see, the whole deal is that America is governed by regular people. Now, that woman there, she's a business owner. And that guy there, he's a teacher. And that person there, well, that could be you. Want to work here or here? Well, you can be a legislator too when you get old enough.
In most state legislatures, you just have to be old enough to vote.
How old are you? Okay. Time to feed the brain.
Now, lots of different people represent you. You have local representatives, state representatives, and national representatives. And you probably have a few of each. But your city council person doesn't handle foreign policy, and your US senator doesn't handle traffic lights. For example, that traffic light there. Most traffic signals are local issues and handled by your city council.
Cool. What about that highway?
That's a state highway, built and maintained by your state government. Go talk to your state legislator about that.
And what about the air we breathe?
Clean air is a federal issue, meaning that it's controlled by our national government. So, things that affect your town are run by your city council, things that affect your state are run by your state legislature, and things that affect the entire nation are run by our national government.
So, what happens when all these lawmakers disagree?
Well, let's take an example.
Oh, he's gotcha.
Say, Jim and Donovan want a puppy, and you and I, we want a cat. How do we figure out what to do? Well, we could stand here until the cows come home.
Moo.
Or we could do what lawmakers do, and that's compromise. With so many lawmakers from so many places, they don't always agree. So instead of doing nothing, they talk, negotiate, compromise, until they've come up with a solution that most of them can agree with. Now, not everyone will get exactly what they want, but chances are something will work out. So instead of getting a dog, and instead of getting a cat, we got something we could all agree upon. A cute, cuddly fish.
Don't worry, I'll take it for walks.
Ever wonder why so many of these buildings tend to look the same? Time to feed the brain. Most capitals are set up as bicameral legislatures. Bi meaning two, cameral meaning rooms, or two rooms. And check out the grandest of them all. On the one hand is the House of Representatives. Now here, each state is awarded representatives based on population. Highly populated states like California and New York have a lot of representatives, while less populated states like Rhode Island and Utah only have a few. Now on the other side is the US Senate. Now there's only 100 US senators, each state getting exactly 2. Your state capital is probably set up very similar, divided into a House side and a Senate side.
Let each person do his or her part. If one citizen is unwilling to participate, all of us are going to suffer.
Now sadly, some people don't care about Citizen Brain. Some people don't care about government at all. But really, what would happen if government didn't exist? I wonder. Well, first, you wouldn't have any schools.
Awesome, no school!
Yes!
Schools are run by your local school board and funded by your state and local government.
Well, since we don't have any school, let's go to the park!
Yeah!
Oops, no parks either. Parks are run by all levels of government.
Oh, man. Can we at least stay home and watch TV? Hey! Where'd the TV go?
TV is regulated by our national government.
Well, how about a snack? I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Hey! What happened to my food?
It's the government that inspects our food to make sure it's safe. So you guys want your government back now?
Yeah. I guess. May I have my sandwich back too, please?
We are a nation that has a government, not the other way around. Our government has no power except that granted it by the people.
Now, democracy is not a spectator sport.
You gotta get off the bench, make your voice heard.
I mean, think if you never said a word at home, how would your family know what you wanted?
Now, same is true for government. Representatives are called representatives because they represent you. But they can't do that unless you tell them how you feel.
And how do we do that?
Write them a letter, send them an email, give them a call. Also, get your parents to vote.
Vote, vote, vote! Sometimes the best way to communicate with lawmakers is to join with others who have similar beliefs. These are called special interests. Take Donovan here. His special interests are football, dogs, and video games. And because they're his, that's what makes them so special.
Now, all of us with certain special interests will huddle together as a team, and together, we'll go talk to our lawmakers. Ready?
Right! Take video games, for example. What would you do if someone wanted to ban video games? You'd get together with other kids, talk to your legislators, and try to change that law. But you still wouldn't be any better at video games.
Answer me this. Lawmakers do or do not care what you think? Well, that's a no-brainer. Of course they care.
Really?
Well, I was just hanging out with a lawmaker the other day. Plus, if they don't do what you want them to do, you can always vote in someone new.
Well, I think Citizen Brain is finally full.
I think it's time, little buddy, that you made your way home.
Whoa! Dude, I've gotta go study!
It won't come out. Having problems there, Hannah?
Hold on, I'm having a giggle.
I'm sorry.
Turf Angels.